Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to L Boxing. We're back again. We got this weekend recap for you guys. Got some news and notes for the week, so we're gonna cover all of that. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Salute to the playback. Appreciate you guys coming through. You know what I'm saying? Continue that support. I appreciate it. Um, Let me see. Chat. My man Mike in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. For sure. All right, so we're gonna start with a recap with the WBO. The WBO had their convention last week, and they had some fights. They had the main event was Laura Walderman versus Gabrielle Alanis, former unified champion Alanis. She came out with the victory, and this was for a WBO interim title at 112, which is interesting because Gabby Fondora is undisputed. So I guess that's an indicator that she's looking to move divisions or something. I don't know, because it's kind of weird when you do that when you have a reigning champion who's been active. So we'll have to see with that. So yeah, this is good for these fighters when they fight on the fight at the convention because first they put their eyes. I mean, it's a lot of eyes on them with the sanctioned body. They can give them world rankings and they can fight for regional titles and build their way up the sanctioned body rankings. So that's always good though. So yeah. Alanes can fight. She lost her undisputed fight with Gabby Fondora, so look like she's back in position. So that's what it was on that. WBO. Pope Pounder in the building. What's good with you? Salute. Good morning. Steph Brown in the building. Good morning. Salute. What's good with you guys? So this one right here was the Thriller in Manila card. This was a 50-year anniversary of Thriller in Manila. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, the trilogy. So they had a bunch of Filipino fighters on the card. It was this shit was a long event. It was a long fight card. If you guys happen to see it, but if you missed it, you can go to the IBA YouTube channel and check it out. IBA Boxing. If you missed it. But this going back, we have the world champion Melvin Jerusalem. He's the WBC champion at 105 pounds. He defended his title against Cruz, the South African fighter. Marcel, he's the Olympian, the Filipino Olympian. He beat Casamares. That was a good fight. That was the best fight on the card. Casamares had him down too. He dropped Marcel in the last round. He gave a real good effort. So that was a good fight. They can run that back, to be honest. Let me see. Marlon Sapalis, former unified champion. He got like a 6-round stoppage, 5-round. I think it was the fifth or the sixth. But he got a stoppage victory. He's in position to fight for maybe a possible vacant title if Anyway moves up to 126. So he's in position. Who else? Nico Ali Wash is on the card. He got a draw. Like the same thing. We know Nico is what he is. You know what I'm saying? I always thought as Nico as the like a novelty act. I never really was like, oh, this kid gonna be a world champion, top contender. And we've seen enough of him on Top Rank to know where he's at in his career. But it made sense for him to be on the card because he's a grandson of Muhammad Ali. So, but he fought this Thai fighter that was just rough and rugged, and you can say the Thai fighter won. They scored. They gave it. They scored it a draw, but it was a typical Ali Wash type of fight where he underperformed and looked like how he always looked. So yeah, if you guys missed it, it was early morning on the 29th. IBA Boxing on the YouTube channel. If you missed it, bro Z in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Tom Brown in the building. What's up, bro? Salute. Just Do Boxing. What's good with you, bro? Yes, sir. He said that was an okay card. It was long. He thought Marcel edged it out. Yeah, I believe he did too, but the knockdown made it closer. It was a good fight for him moving forward. All right. So here's a small show in upstate New York. We had Bryce Mills versus James Bernardin. Um, Mills won by unanimous decision. It was a hometown fight for him. I mean, he kind of outboxed Brother Nan. I seen this on the IG. I watched this fight like on IG. But Mills is a local guy in upstate New York. So whenever they have fight shows in Turner Stone or if they go to Syracuse, Buffalo, Rochester, he's gonna be on the card because he has a local draw. So yes, sir. He's working with Thomas Lamana, the fighter. You know, Thomas Lamana Conflate is a he's a promoter. He's been a promoter for years. So yeah, that's what's up. This was the fight card, the fight I was looking forward to the most this whole week. So the main event, Mary Spencer versus Michaela Mayer. We're gonna talk about the card though before we get to the main event. Now this, Tyron don't have a deal, so they were showing this card on Tubi, Roku, um, Pluto, whatever, right? People was tripping off that, bro. I love that because it's free boxing. And the day and time we're in right now, everything is an app, everything is a paywall, everything is on pay per view, bro. Tubi free, Tubi been free for the longest time, and I be tapped in on Tubi. I already know, so I was good. But notable fight. So Christopher Guerrero, he got a win against Herrera. Christopher Guerrero is a top 15 ranked contender, I think, in the WBC at welterweight. He's an interesting guy because Guerrero was used in sparring with Steve Claggett getting ready for Teofimo. If you watch him fight, he got a little bit of inkling of Teofimo. So maybe that's somebody Shakur want to use. Just throwing that out there. They didn't show that fight, but I seen the highlights. He had a first round stoppage over Valkans. Valkans is pretty sturdy, but that was a nice win for Yanal. Yanal is a tough, strong, rugged guy at light heavyweight, and he got a WBC regional title as well. Arthur Belasanov, he beat Sergey Lipinets. It was pretty one sided. Sergey is tough. He gave Belasanov some tough rounds and some solid moments where like they clash heads. Lipinets had a big knot over his eye and shit like that. He's a war-torn veteran, so came in as a gatekeeper. Lipinets is officially gatekeeper, coming off a knockout loss to Adam Azam. But Larsenov is a good southpaw fighter, strong, and he just outlasted Lipinets. Lipinets is faded, you know what I'm saying? So Lipinets going to keep getting calls for these young fighters because he's tough and rugged, but he's one-dimensional and he's faded. You know what I'm saying? Wilkins Matthew versus Shaquille Finn. This was a step up fight for Wilkins. He's a good fighter, one of the best prospects in boxing, to be honest. So he took a step up in the super middleweight division. He dominated the first couple of rounds. He dropped Shaquille Finn in the third round, but to Shaquille Finn's credit, he got back up and fought hard and made it tough on the young man. Gave him some solid rounds, which he needed. He went the whole distance, and that was a good solid fight because I know Wilkins scored an early knockdown, but he was able to navigate through the rounds after that against a tough guy like Finn. Finn is tough. He's gonna bring that shit, and he had some moments too. So salute to Wilkins Matthew. He called out Gabe Rosado. You know what I'm saying? Um, Not really a bad fight for him because he's still learning and still need to get some rounds. He's been getting a lot of early knockouts. So, Gabe is one of those guys that's going to take you some rounds. For sure. For sure, take you some rounds. It was on Top Rank Classic. Yeah, that's why I watch it on Tubi. I be on Tubi like every day. Should I get on that shit after I get off here? Main event. So, Mary Spencer versus Michaela Mayer, right? Now, I'm high and I love Michaela Mayer because Michaela has that fighting mentality that you want. If you're a fan of boxing, a fan of a fighter, if you want to be a fanboy, you should be a fanboy of somebody with the mentality of Michaela Mayer. She go fight everybody. She go to your country, whatever. She don't care about the shit, and she a dog ass fighter. Mary Spencer coming to this fight, the WBA champion. They added the vacant WBC and WBO titles at 154 because Cecilia Braekhus, she just won them and then she vacated and retired. So they put those on the line, So, this happens in women's boxing a lot. That's why a lot of people don't want to give Carissa a lot of credit. But my question to that is, who at 150? Can y'all name 5 fighters at 154? You can put that in the chat if you know that, if you want to play that game. But as far as the fight, it was total domination from Michaela. She took it to um, Mary Spencer. Mary Spencer tried to box and use the ring and move. That ring was small too. Perfect for Michaela. You know what I'm saying? Too tall. That's probably like those two tall ass female fighters. That's why we ain't seen that too often. But Michaela is an inside fighter. Even though she's 5'9", she like to fight on the inside. And that was perfect for her. She just a dog. She all worked her, she all punched her, she had a better jab. She just did everything better. Looked like she was going to stop Mary Spencer in those later rounds when Mary Spencer started to slow down. But Michaela, she just worked her way, did the same thing she always do, but she was in her groove. She looked real solid at 154, and she didn't come in. She came in at 151, and she looked strong. So that tells me she probably can go back to 47. So Michaela Mayer is a new unified 154 champion. Um, like she said in the post fight, she got options. She can still go back to 147 to face Lauren Price, which seemed like that's the bigger fight because Lauren Price is from Wales and the UK situation. But I'm gonna say this: I feel like if you're talking A side, B side, maybe Michaela is the A side. You know what I'm saying? Michaela and Lauren Price was supposed to fight uh, in July. They were supposed to be tag team with Xander when Top Rank's last card. They were supposed to be on that card, but Lauren Price is having promotional issues with Boxer because they lost their network deal too. So I like the Lauren Price fight because Lauren Price is an Olympic gold medalist and she's strong and tough. And at 147, that's a tough fight. If Michaela wants to stay at 54, you have an opportunity undisputed with O'Shea Jones. Her and O'Shea is friends, but I got the mindset that when I'm looking at Michaela, she don't care about that friend shit. You know what I'm saying? She don't care about it. So if she wants to stay at 54, she can do that fight. 47, Lauren Price. She'll even 160. She become undisputed at 54. She can dangle that carrot down to Carissa Shields to see if she want to come back to 54 and take that fight. Um, that would be a big fight for women's boxing. Whether whoever you pick, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But as far as like both, like the promotion for it, and they friends too, but the promotion for it would be dope because Michaela don't back down, even though she might not be as skilled, but she a dog, bro, like real talk, and she's gonna bring that shit. And if she's strong enough, she can fight Carissa on the inside. But it's just I think Carissa's just more just faster, stronger, and be able to beat her. But I won't mind saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because Carissa don't have see, this is the problem. Carissa don't have big names to fight. Not saying she don't have good, solid competition to fight that up there at 75, 68. A lot of people get that misconstrued because they don't know the fighter's name. They say she ain't fighting nobody. That's because they ain't doing their due diligence as a boxing fan. But the biggest name for her to fight is probably Michaela, like in the U.S. market type shit. So let's see, bro. I fuck with Michaela though. Michaela be getting busy. Like I said, if you're a fanboy and you love boxing, that's who you should have. Your fighter should have that type of mentality. I don't know if he can make it. He stayed in relatively good shape. Maybe they can fight at 170 or something. Banks Hayes in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yes, sir. All right, let me get off that, Michaela. Let me get off that. All right, so this was. I want to talk about this result because it has an effect on a big fight coming up at the end of the month. So Andrew Maloney is the IBF mandatory at 115. um, for Garcia, with Barlo Garcia. With Barlo Garcia is about to defend his IBF title against Kenshiro Taraji December 27th. And the IBF already ordered 120 days after December 27th. The winner has to fight Andrew Maloney. That messes up a lot of things because Ben Rodriguez is about to fight Puma Martinez for 3 belts November 22nd. and we trying to get Bam to be undisputed before he leave the division, and he'd be one belt away. So that could mess up the plans. Of course, step aside money, and so you know how boxing works. But Andrew Maloney had a stay busy fight. He fought this kid right here, stopped him in the fifth round. So I just wanted to point that out because when we get to that point and we start talking about Bam unifying, if they don't make a deal with Andrew Maloney right now, that's what I'm thinking. If you already know this is coming, if I was working for one of these guys, I'm like, bro, if I'm the manager, bro, look, let's go reach out to Maloney's team right now and let's get something in place. Let's get some type of deal in place. Let's put him on the undercard. Let's whatever. You know what I'm saying? That way we can have because Taraji and let's say Kenshiro wins, which I expect him to beat. Well, I don't know. Kenshiro is faded a little bit now. But let's say Kenshiro beats Taraji. Bam Rodriguez will fight Kenshiro on the undercard of Junto Nakatani. And anyway, if everybody win their fights, Maloney can mess that shit up. So I would get moving now. Let's reach out to Team Maloney and let's work out something. And then we'll guarantee you an opportunity. He can say yes, he can say no, but it's worth a try. So I had to point that out. Also, last night I was sending links around for anybody to watch this, but we had Rashidi Ellis versus Javier Fortuna. So this was on YouTube on the SES Fight YouTube channel. Rashidi Ellis, this fight was at 154. Rashidi Ellis stopped for Fortuna in the fourth round. Uh, Fortuna cited a shoulder injury. But in the third round, Rashidi put him down with a nice, vicious body shot, left hook to the body. Um, you know, Fortuna is faded, and he just crafty. And he was in that fight because he kind of crafty. But Rashidi was a much bigger, stronger, faster guy, and he did what he had to do. The interesting thing, this fight was at 154. And, that shit right there just, it irritated me because Rashidi Ellis is a great fighter. But the way his team set up, they been making some bad decisions. Now I ain't saying I'm talking about the boot situation. I ain't saying I understand not taking that fight in 5 weeks. I get it. Oh no, it wasn't even 5 weeks. No, he had a whole training camp. No, I'm tripping. My bad. Let me take it back. That wasn't because when they was trying to announce their opponent, I knew it was going to be Lima because I know these guys weren't going to take the fight. But Lima had a full training camp. That fight was announced like top of August or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't for the camp. But it's crazy because if you just paying attention, you're like, damn, he turned down Boots, for 154, but he gonna fight for a tuna for 54. He probably even make 100. He probably made 50,000 for this fight. That's how fight fans look at it. But I understand Rashidi and his team in certain situations. But what they lost me at was when they turned it down and they saying that Lima accepted the fight. They was like, oh no, we'll take the 500,000. Now it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Once contracts get signed, you can't go renege like you playing spades. So I felt like they gotta tighten up on the business. I don't know. But Rashidi at 47 or 54, let's go, man. Let's get him in the mix because I think Rashidi is a talented fighter and he got a great skill set. And I feel like it's getting wasted. Wait, Rashidi is like 32, 33, 32, 33. It's time is now, bro. Let's go. They gotta tighten up. They gotta tighten up. Anthony in the building. What's good with you, bro? What's salute to you? I think Collazo would duck to Duran next. Damn. I had it. I think I had it 96. No, 95, 94 for Marcel. Yep. That was a good fight. The knockdown made it closer. Good fight though. All right, we have this is Queensberry's show from yesterday on the Zone. They had their prelims on the YouTube channel. If you guys missed it, go back tap in. But we had all light heavyweight main card. We know Queensberry's invested in the light heavyweights, same as heavyweights. Ben Denza. He beat the African Kid. He looked pretty solid, was boxing real well. Good win for him. The best matchmaker thus far. Let's get it. Let's get it. That was the best fight on the card too. Even though, like, yeah, you almost got Nico beat again. Well, Nico is just, whatever. That was entertaining in a sorts because I know everybody was rooting for Nico to win. Cameron versus Jones. This is a good fight too, man. I thought Troy Jones won this fight. Pretty solid fight though. They gave the fight to Cameron. I thought it could have went the other way. So Cameron wins a WBA international title, which will help him in the rankings at light heavyweight. Uh, we had a European title, light heavyweight title. Bradley Ray versus Lyndon Arthur. Lyndon Arthur got dropped with a left hook in the second round. Got back up, showed his veteran experience, got that jab popping. Like, man, Arthur got one of the best jabs in boxing. It's just nobody really talk about it like that. He shoot that shit from the hip, and it's fast and it's strong, and he controlled Bradley Ray with that jab, and that helps him get the win. I thought Arthur won the fight. No controversy to me. Bradley Ray was tough, rugged, strong, but he couldn't deal with the jab. He was having issues with the jab all night. Some people were calling for a robbery, but I think without the knockdown, he pretty much dominated the fight. Yeah, I mean that was a good fight. That was a good fight. 97, 93 without the knockdown. That's about reasonable. It was a good competitive fight, and those good rounds for him too. Some had Jones win. I had Jones winning too. I thought Jones edged it out. Fortuna got badly hurt to the body, then quit, took a knee. Yeah, yep, that's what happened. Yep. Fight looks pretty sketchy the way it ended. Yeah, Fortuna, man, yeah, it is what it is. It did. The way the ending was kind of crazy. But Arthur boxes. He boxes ass off. Use man. A jab can take you a long way, especially with a guy that's come forward and try to pressure you. He had a good stiff hard jab, and that took him to the victory. So Lyndon Arthur is back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? They can round robin this light heavyweight situation they got over there. He came off a loss against Anthony Yard, and look, he beat Anthony Yard the first fight with the jab because he broke his right hand in the fight, and Yard didn't have I don't know the know how to get past that and lost really with a jab. But in the second fight, he won the next two fights. He stopped him at 4 in the second fight, and then he beat him over with 10 rounds the third fight. Main event: Joshua Buatsi versus Zach Parker. So this is Buatsi's debut with Queensberry. Not a great performance by him. I actually thought he lost the fight. Parker, what I call it was, I didn't like, people might not like the fight and the style of the fight, but what Parker did, he stole crumbs. Like, like a little kid, you got candy on the table or cookies, and you just go get a piece and tear a piece off and tear a piece off until there's no more left. That's what he did. He just stole crumbs. He used solid footwork. He was always first and third. That's always important in fights when you can win the exchanges. He was holding. He wasn't. So he probably should have got a point deducted for holding, but he was held. He was holding. He was getting away with it, and he slowed down and negated a lot of the work of Buatsi. And Buatsi, to his detriment, he wasn't picking up the pace with his feet. He wasn't cutting the ring off properly. It was just, he was just coming forward. That's it, coming forward. And he started to pick it up down the stretch. But to me, I felt like Parker stole a lot of crumbs in that fight. And he was up. He didn't do nothing spectacular. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he had decent power that probably kept, but Waxy probably felt it. But he was moving, he was holding, and he was stalling them out. He didn't get the credit for it. So, but Waxy get I thought it was a controversial decision. Even though he made the fight close down the stretch. It was a 10 rounder, and I thought he started to win a lot of those rounds in the back half. But I thought Parker did enough. So But Waxy moves on. He's the bigger name. He probably already got a big fight lined up. He called out the winner between Benavidez and Yard. So they already tell you they probably had something for him. So it is what it is, Yeah. But I thought Parker, he they say that's his best performance. But to me, that was a good performance as far as staying to the game plan. You know what I'm saying? He said Arthur is tough. Yeah, he is. I like Arthur. Is my guy, but he lost that fight. And that left hand, yeah, was landing often. Yeah, man, bro, I don't know. He just looks sluggish. Maybe he didn't get back from Oakland to the UK in time. Maybe he need to do his training camps in the UK because he looked. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he had jet lag. All right. Last night we had the Matchroom show. Um, Shoot, they only show like 5 fights. They show Nashat Dev. Um, that was a so-so performance. Basically, this is what it is. They be overhyping these young fighters, and then when they fight somebody tough and they go the distance, they say, "Oh, yeah, he ain't look all that good." He looked okay to me. It's just I don't know certain spots. He was looking for the knockout, trying to he had the kid hurt, so it was so performance, But he's a young man, so they can still build on him. Um, what's the name? Yo Elvis Gomez, my boss. Yo Elvis Gomez versus Octavius Griffin. That part was the most entertaining fight to me. It was sloppy because Ingram is not technically sound, but he's tough. He got a lot of dog in him. Um, Gomez is letting the harder, cleaner shots, and he's the better boxer. He probably could have made that fight a little easier if he boxed a little bit and whatever. But Ingram is tough. Tough. He was fighting in the southpaw stance. He was having success. He got hurt in that fight. He came back, and I thought he was hurting Gomez. Gomez gas tank is negative because he get tired in every fight. And but down the stretch, he was able to pull it off. That fight was at 154, and Gomez is rated in the top 15 in the WBA. So he's gonna be in position for bigger and better fights. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. Dev got to learn to control the distance. He made the same mistakes over and over. Yeah, that's the learning curve. I mean, they put this whole story about this kid like he's gonna be whatever. They gotta take their time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not it, but he can be it if you give him. That was a lot of pressure to me. They did a whole little docu series about him. He got co-signed by Ray Ford, and whatever. I don't know. But he can go back, but he can come back. You know what I'm saying? Come back and he can perform better. Pat Brown versus Valera, Phils Valero, faded Dominican former contender. I mean, Pat Brown did what you're supposed to do to a guy that's like 40 years old, something like that. Pat Brown is a problem at cruiserweight. He's an Olympian. I love his punch selection, and he got fast hands, and he heavy-handed too. He took his time in that first round just to fill dude out. The second round, he hit him with a big shot on the way out the door, and it was like a delayed reaction, and then he finished them off with 2 more knockdowns. So Pat Brown, he just entered the new WBA rankings at number 13 at cruiserweight. I mean, 3, 4 more fights. What we waiting for? You know what I'm saying? I think he probably still need a guy that get him some resistance. But that was a good debut in America. You know what I'm saying? Because boxing fans, we see that we like, damn, this dude is like that. So, let's go. He said Amari Jones. Yeah, Amari Jones fight next week. That's Amari Jones. He fight next week. Omari, this is the one you talking about. Yeah, he definitely look better. Yeah. And that one look better too because he been in the game for a long time. He been with Devin Haney. He fight next week on the Virgil Ortiz and Lubin card. But Omari Jones, yeah, I like him too. Tall, rangy guy with good punches. He put his punches together. He stopped this guy. Um, I think third, fourth round. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? He got a potential to be a star because of how he fights. He an Olympian and he got a solid fan base in Orlando. So he did good work with a guy They had some good experience. They went the distance with a couple of prospects, and they couldn't stop him. So that's always a good feather in his cap. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I'm looking at Chris. Look at him funny. That was a 12-round fight or 10. Damn. But yeah, I said I did like I was like Golden Boy should do a 5 versus 5. I put that fight on that 5 versus 5. Pat Brown versus Tristan Caltru. Boots and Virgil. I think I said Ammo and Priest, and I forgot the other ones I said. Yeah, 10. Yeah, but I'm with you though. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, Pat Brown. Look, hey, he coming. Main event. What's his name? Yeah, Lanier Praro versus Jordan Thompson. It was interesting because I was waiting to see the power of Jordan Thompson. You can tell he got some power, but I don't know. I think it was a rain rust too because he was missing with a lot of uppercuts coming in. But Paro was just more consistent, and he just controlled the fight. And Jordan Thompson didn't do too much. A lot of posturing, a lot of shit. I think the victory for him is, I can take a heavyweight punch. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't doing a lot. And then I think like after the 5th round, he started to pick it up. And he started winning some rounds. His body work was good though. I thought he was slowing Perro down with the body shots. And he had some momentum. But then the 9th round, he gave it all away. He was winning the 9th round. Then Perro hit him with a big left hand and stumbled him and was getting busy, and he hurt him along the ropes. He didn't put him down, but he hurt him. And I think that's probably still the deal. Perro is number 2 and Perro didn't have a great performance too. He's number 2 in the WBA. So you gotta do something with that ranking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're gonna do with it. They're gonna give him some Moses. They're gonna what? I seen Jarrell Miller at the fight. Jarrell Miller will probably have success against that style, I guess. I don't know. But this is like the bottom of the heavyweight division. Like Perro got that ranking, but he's not a top heavyweight. You can tell. So, he got the win though. We'll see what's next for him. Um, Let me see. He needed to tune up the slow start ring. Yeah, he did. Yeah. I think he can. But Jordan Thompson though, he can come. I think if he go back, get a couple of wins against, he don't got to fight no solid competition. Let's get some wins. And then maybe fight like a Dave Allen after that. I think he can do some things. Because Don Charles was pushing him through that fight. I want to see Perro twins fight Atama. Yeah, yeah, it'd be cool. I think Atama beat both of them. You know what I'm saying? I think one of them older though. I forgot who the oldest. The one we seen last night is the oldest, but I think Atama beat both of them. The younger one, he got he was getting clipped in that last fight that he had. He went 12 with Bivol years ago. Yeah, he an old head. He's the Dominican old head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember that fight. Perro didn't have a great performance. No, I don't think it was a great performance. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. I think it was alright. He did what he had to do, but yeah. I'm not sure. Tony Yoka said he signed it. We got something on that later, but yeah, he said he signed. I haven't seen an official announcement of the oldest one. Yeah. Those guys remind me of like Ortiz, like that OG or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was a Matchroom show. Nothing too crazy. Boxing gonna pick up next week when we got that Virgil and Lubin card, and then the rest of the month of November is gonna be real solid. All right, here's some news and notes, man, just to tackle into. So, y'all know how we do. We don't do a lot of, we don't do like the popular crazy news of the week. We don't really do that because that shit don't really have no substance. I like to do informative stuff, talk about upcoming fights, purse bids, all that. Y'all know how we get down. All right, here's the letter from the WBA about Pulev. They're giving Pulev the opportunity and permission, to sanction the fight with Gassiev. So he was supposed to fight Michael Hunter. That fight fell through. Michael Hunter's taking another fight in the UK December the 5th. So Pulev is going to fight Gassiev on December the 12th. Those guys is fighting on IBA boxing. So if I'm you, like you guys, you'll tap in with IBA. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. IBA got a fight card coming up next week. But yeah, Pulev, 44 years old. We know he's been around for a long time. Um, Gassiev is coming off a win over the kid who quit. I forget his name. The dude from Oklahoma. But Gassiev, he's a former unified champion. The winner of this fight is supposed to fight Moses Atama. Moses was ordered to fight Jeremiah Milton. That's who Gassiev beat in his last fight. Um, so Moses Atama was ordered to fight Pulev, but Pulev had made this fight with Gassiev before, without, the WBA wasn't aware that the fight was made. So they're allowing Pulev a voluntary because of the situation with Michael Hunter. So that's what this is right here. Let me put this in the chat. IBA, hold on, wrong one. He said, Dale Nelson on Ring Magazine, the Boogeyman edition. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. I got something on that too. All right. We have Chantel Cameron versus Sandy Ryan. They went to a purse bid. Chantel Cameron, in the last minute, she pulled out of the purse bid. She didn't want to take the fight, so she vacated her WBC title. So it's kind of interesting. Her reason is because she wanted to fight 3-minute rounds. You can't fight 3-minute rounds with the WBC. But it's interesting because she was chasing down Katie Taylor for years for a fight. I mean, for years. She was chasing down Katie Taylor. And Katie Taylor had the WBC. And at the time, I don't remember her mentioning anything about, you know what I'm saying, fighting 3-minute rounds against Katie Taylor. She just wanted the trilogy fight. And me, honestly, I think she deserved a trilogy fight with Katie. But Katie is championing recess. She's just chilling. She's taking a back seat, relaxing, and she ain't really doing no boxing. So here's the twist. Katie Taylor and Sandy Ryan has the same manager. And they pull a politic play on her, on Chantel Cameron. Chantel Cameron and Sandy Ryan been beefing back and forth on social media and whatever for like a year or some change. But Team Katie Taylor pulled a little move on Chantel and kind of boxed her in where she had to fight Sandy Ryan. And Sandy Ryan is crazy because she's been fighting at 147 for the last 3-4 years, right? She left 40 a long time ago. But now she became the mandatory for Chantel Cameron, so it seemed like the politics was in play. But it is what it is. It looked like Chantel Cameron don't want to fight Sandy Ryan. That's what it looked like. Whether you call it a duck or not is up to you. Because I don't like the excuse about the 3-minute rounds because she wasn't saying nothing about 3-minute rounds when she was chasing Katie Taylor. But all of a sudden now she want to do 3-minute rounds. So it is what it is. Sandy Ryan gonna be able to fight for the vacant WBC title at 140. Let's see who they select for her. The WBC convention is coming up top of December. So that's what it is. He said Tama is about to destroy both Don King fighters. I don't think Pulev is with Don King. And Michael Hunter, it looked like he's not with him either because he got a fight. Let's see if that fight actually happened. But Tama not gonna fight those guys. I mean, if he do, he's not gonna be locked in to fight him. He's not gonna be locked in with any options with Don King. Frank ain't going for that. She need that trilogy. I think she do. She do, but it's crazy. It's like Katie don't want to fight her. Now she like, okay, y'all trying to throw Sandy at me. Man, I ain't fighting Sandy. I want to fight Katie. And then they drop. I don't like the excuse. I'd rather them just say, bro, I ain't playing that little game. I'm not fighting Sandy. I want to fight Katie. Man, she can have the belt. But they're going to say, oh, we going for equal rights. We want to fight 3 rounds, 3-minute rounds. Man, that's cap. PJ's Big Dog, what's good with you, bro? Salute to you. If we use a 3-minute rule as an excuse, yeah, hey, yeah, yo, yeah, they petty like that though. They did that shit to Michaela at 130, but Top Rank, Top Rank is locked in with the WBO. back in the day, they had all the champions at 130. Terry Harper, Mavet Hamadouche, and Natasha Jonas at 130. So and they had side Eva Broniska. She was a WBO champion. But Tyranka's tapped in with the WBO before they could do a unification at 130 with Matchroom Stable. They ordered Michaela to fight Broniska. That's how she got that title. Because she wouldn't have got if it wasn't for that, she would have been asked out. And then the first so when she was ready to unify, she won the WBO. They didn't send Terry Harper or Jonas over there. They sent Ava Broniska over there because not Ava Broniska, Mavet Hamadouche. You remember Mavet Hamadouche and Michaela Mayer had that classic fight? They sent her over there because she was a tougher fight. You know what I'm saying? Eddie didn't want Michaela getting close to Natasha Jonas and Terry Harper at the time. So they freeze her out. They did the same thing to Caroline Dubois. You know what I'm saying? So that's the politics. Sandy been losing her belts now. She's looking for an easy fight. That's how I see it. Well, she'll probably get an easier fight. Well, she was looking to fight Chantel Cameron though. I don't know if that's easy. But now I guess you'll get easier fight depending on who they pick. These divisions are not that deep like people be saying. That's why like a lot of people don't be doing their research when they like. I have to go back to Carissa because she's the face of women's boxing, and she get the most criticism. Right? They say she don't got nobody to fight, but if you looking up and down these divisions, you guys can't name five that you saying is you can name five fighters, maybe. I don't know. But you can't name five fighters that's like, damn, they can be world champion or they nice. They like that. 135 to me is probably that division. And maybe 108. Everybody else is slim pickings. Look at 126. Amanda Serrano going back to 126. So you got Amanda Serrano, Tierra Brown. That fight right there, great fight, right? What else is a great fight for Amanda at 126? I mean, Nina Miki is an IBF champion. You can call that a good fight. And she owed Nina Miki a fight because that was the fight where she got some product in her eye at Puerto Rico. But if you really look up and down that fight, up and down the divisions, it's not deep like that. So when they say Carissa ain't fought nobody, I say you guys haven't did your research because she beat. It's like nobody else have a deep division. Now we have a lot of good names in the lower divisions, but they're not fighting each other. Alicia Bumgarner don't got nobody at 130. Who she got? Y'all can't name five fighters at 130 that she can fight. That you can say, oh shit, that's gonna put her pound for pound status. And she's not gonna get the Matt Serrano fight. She's not gonna get Katie Taylor. She's not trying to fight Dubois right now. Those Dubois fight will put her in a great, you know what I'm saying? So I just think fans gotta do better research. You know what I'm saying? You be telling on yourself. No, she's not undisputed no more. She vacated she's champion and recess with the WBC. So since Chantel Cameron was the WBC interim champion, they elevated her to full champion. But she just vacated. So the WBC is vacated. If Katie come out and say tomorrow, hey, I'm coming back, then they will give her belt back. But technically, she's not undisputed. Jack Queen Boxing in the building. What's good? Good morning. Salute. Phyllis Nunes, is Cecilia Breaker still active? No, she just retired. She won the unified titles, WBC and WBO, October the 4th. And then right after the fight, she vacated. So she said she's done. And they honored her at the WBO convention this past week. So no, she's not active. All right, moving on. Here's another WBC purse bid. Now this at 130. Delphine Pearson versus Caroline Vere. So Alicia Baumgartner vacated her WBC title because she wanted 3-minute rounds. Her mandatory was Delphine Pearson. They fought last year. They fought last year, and they fought to a technical decision. Something happened. I think Pearson got cut, and the fight was a no contest or something like that. So they ordered this fight. It's interesting because Caroline was the mandatory at 126 for Tierra Brown. So I guess she decided to come up and take this fight. Pursoon, she's faded, but she's a future Hall of Famer. You know, she gave Katie some great fights and stuff like that. So they made a deal. Salida represents Caroline. Let's see what card that goes on. I know Pursoon is from Belgium, but she don't really got a lot of buzz and stuff like that. So more than likely, this fight would be on the Salida show. All right, so we got news on Ramon Cardenas. So he's coming off that good performance and a loss to anyway, where he dropped him and he put up a great effort. So he's coming back. I think it's December 19th. He's fighting on Pro Box, so he's going to headline a show. He's facing Eric Robles. He's in position at 122 to fight for a vacant title or fight for a title once anyway clears that division. Or shit, if he loses to Nakatani, I don't know. But still, he's still in a high enough position to fight for a world title down the line. So that's some news on him coming back. I was thinking they should put Cardenas on that undercard of Pitbull Cruz and Roach because he's from San Antonio, and to add to that, that would probably like a local favor. But that card is so stacked, they don't even need him, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good ass card. Oh damn! I thought Carolina Bar. Yeah, she's with Boxer. No, she's with Boxer. So what happened with that? You talking about Eddie Hearn and shit, right? So what happened with that? The WBO before she won her WBC title, the WBO ordered um, Dubois versus Rihanna Dixon, right? They ordered her. I forgot what it was. No. I had it wrong. They ordered her for the WBC against Caroline Dubois. She turned it down and went the WBO route because Katie Taylor vacated her titles at 135. Katie Taylor, Rihanna Dixon, Sandy Ryan, they have the same manager. They would Matchroom too. So instead of fighting Rihanna Dixon, they was like, no, fight Beatrice Fiera. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting, we're not gonna give you Rihanna Dixon. We're gonna give you Beatrice Fiera. So that's like the same thing. They did like the same thing. But what ended up happening? Rihanna Dixon lost to Terry Harper. Then Matchroom released Terry Harper. They got out that division. They still got Beatrice Fiera, but they kind of moved away from that division. So yeah, it is what it is. Cardenas, I want to see him grab a belt. Yeah, I do too. I thought he put a great performance, and he deserves some bigger fights based off what he did in that fight. So hopefully, let's get it. All right, so we're gonna have a press conference for Matisse versus Dalton Smith. Sabril Matisse versus Dalton Smith, WBC title fight at 140 pounds, November the 10th. We know this fight is scheduled for January the 10th in the Barclays Center. Um, so yeah, I don't think this is a Riyadh season, or I don't know. I feel like PBC is involved because it's a Barclay event, and we know PBC been rocking with Barclays for the longest. But I don't know. So they're gonna do a press conference for this, and so this is not next Monday, but the Monday after next. So yeah, Eddie Hearn got Dalton Smith. I think they still gonna be out here because they going to the Virgil fight the 8th. So on the 10th they'll do this press conference. So we're gonna see. This is a good fight though. I think people is writing off Dalton Smith. I think he can win this fight, to be honest. But we know what Matisse brings to the table. He's a killer, and he's gonna bring that smoke. And if Dalton Smith ain't physically strong enough to deal with it, he gonna have issues. But the one thing he's fresh and he's been active and he can punch. You know what I'm saying? So he have that going for him. So we'll see. All right, Jit Cabiel and Yoko. Let's speak on this. So Lila got Matisse. Um, he worked with him, but I don't know if he's involved in this. Like, let's go back to the poster, right? So I be paying attention to little shit like this. Damn, where's Salida's banner at? Let me take my shit off. Hold on. One sec. I don't see his shit on there. They say Fresh Productions. Nothing about Salida. But I know Salida was working with him for that last fight. So I don't know. Maybe he is involved. Maybe he'll help with the undercard. All right, Tony Yoka versus Jake Cabriel. I seen Tony Yoka come on the internet and sign the contract. That's what's up. D'Lo in the building. What's good with you, bro? So, Jake Cabriel is having a homecoming fight in Germany, January the 10th. He was looking for bigger names, but a lot of guys ain't trying to go to Germany and fight Jake Cabriel. So Tony Yoka signed a contract. I mean, that's the only one that I didn't see. My man said they already announced it. That's what's up. So shit, let's go. I think Jake Cabriel gonna put the beats on Tony Yoka. To be honest, and break him down to the body like he did the other guys. I mean, Tony Yoka, he been a disappointment too. He won the Olympic gold medalist heavyweight. He beat Joe Joyce in 2016, and his career been, you know what I'm saying? It's been like he was signed with Top Rank, and probably nobody even remember that shit because he even I don't think he fought in the United States. So he's been a disappointment. We're gonna see. So January the 10th, I guess it's not a bad look because Tony Yoka is from France, so I guess they're trying to build up German boxing. So you got to get a notable guy, a European guy. I think that kind of makes sense, but I think he gonna go crazy on him. To me, it might look like last night. Yeah, man. I think maybe, but I think Jake Cabier once he started to go to the body, he started breaking these dudes down. They don't make it to the back half of the fight, and he's the WBC interim champion. He should be after the WBO, Fabio Worley, he should be next in the rotation to get Usyk. If Usyk, he said he's still gonna be around. All right. So last week, Matchroom won the purse bid for Moore Tyler versus Andy Cruz IBF mandatory fight. 888K. That was the winning purse. So this fight news came out. They're gonna fight January the 24th in Vegas. That's it's kind of a neutral site. I was thinking they would put it in Florida, maybe in Orlando, maybe in uh, Miami, because this is a matchroom show. Well, neither guy is a draw because if you put it in Southern California, you don't know if more Tyler gonna sell. But my thing is, if you did, at least you got the Robert Garcia camp. They know him. Maybe they'll come out to support more Tyler more. You know what I'm saying? If it was in Southern California, but it's gonna be in Vegas at the Fontaine Blue. So yeah, this is a good fight, yo. This is a good fight. I think so. The word out there is this might be a boring fight and whatever tactical. I think it will be in spots, but I think these guys, because like Andy Cruz is with Bozy, from what I know. For now, we see him with Bozy. I haven't seen him in the camp, so I don't know. These Cubans, the reason why I'm skeptical because the Cubans be hopping camps. Dave Morrell, he left running Shields. Now he's with Ismail Salas. Johannes Tellus, he left running Shields and he went to a strength and condition coach, lost his interim title. Now he's looking to go to another trainer. The Cubans be flip flopping and shit. Under Bozy was having him fight in an offensive style. If he come out fighting like that against Mortala, it's a dangerous fight because Mortala's a good counter puncher and he's heavy handed. You know what I'm saying? And but this actually a good fight because he could outbox. He could outbox Mortala because Andy, he a great boxer, good defense, but it can be interesting though. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. So it's a big fight for the division because they can be in position to unify. I know Robert Garcia said in a recent interview with the Boxing Voice, salute to them. He said that Ray Mortala is going to move up to 140 after this fight. So I know people were saying that he's going to vacate and whatever. I feel like that was the wrong move because if you vacate your IBF title without making a definitive defense, then you lose your value going to 140 where you're going to have to get in line. Maybe if he wins and looks spectacular, he will have a bigger draw. People will want to see him more, especially at 140. So We'll see, man. That's a good one. They said Amari Jones gonna be on this card, the kid who fought last night. So that's what's up. So I'm looking to see how the undercard gonna look for this event. He said, let me see. He said, "What you think about the how the undercard will look?" Yeah, Amari Jones. Shit. Let me think who they got left because a lot of the guys I felt like they could have been on this card is fighting in December. Um, I gotta look at their roster real quick. I mean, I think Ray Ford would fit on this card. Ray Ford, maybe Khalil Cole, since he pulled out, maybe get him back going. Uh, Damn, I gotta think. Yeah, Khalil Cole, Ray Ford. I think those guys can possibly be on this card or should be. He said just do it in Mandalay. Mandalay dope. I like Mandalay. It's MGM, Mandalay, and the Cosmo. Those my top three. No, they gonna get busy. Yeah, I think they gonna get busy too. I mean, man, I think they gonna get busy. Man, he left them. He's looking for a new trainer now. He's going around. He went to Abel Sanchez. That's what they do. Like Tim Zoo just did. He just go around looking for, see if it's gonna be a good fit. But yeah, he leave. Like from my understanding, he's gonna be with Ismail Salas going forward. Yeah, after the Katia fight. Yeah, he did public. I ain't see him do an interview about it. I know he be on the Boxing Source channel a lot. Salute to him. But no, go to Ismail Salas IG account. That's why I saw that. He talking about starting a new chapter with Morrell. So yeah, go to his IG. Yep, that's why I seen it. All right, I'm looking forward to this fight right here. More Tyler versus Cruz. Here's some more Matchroom news. This is good right here. And this is one of the things I was talking about they should do on my channel. I should clip that shit and put it out. But I was saying that Matchroom should do a deal with Mutazaliev, Abbas Baru, get them under the fold, get them in the fold, get them a fight, and then have them be in position to fight Boots. Because the only reason why Matchroom would make a deal for this fight, Mutazaliev versus Josh Kelly, IBF mandatory fight, supposed to go down the 31st in the UK. You make that deal because of down the line, later in 2026, they try to do Boots to clean up the division. And these guys will already be under the fold, in the fold. They get a fight, get a win, and then you'll fight Boots later down the line. So Matchroom is working with Josh Kelly. You know what I'm saying? They got options on Josh Kelly, not on Bachman. So I'm thinking they should go ahead and try to work out something with Bachman. I don't know. But yeah, this fight finally getting a date with Azalea been having trouble getting fights because getting his team situated and whatever. I think he lost the steam from that Tim Zoo fight. I felt like he should have been back in the ring. I know he had a little injury, his knuckle, but I'm thinking he should have been back no later than April. You know what I'm saying? April or May to kind of capitalize on that momentum and that fandom. You know, but we ain't seen him in a year. So he's going over to UK to fight Josh Kelly, and you gotta be easy over there. So he gotta have the mindset against the stoppage. So, and I think Bachman is the favorite, but he's gonna have issues with the speed of Josh Kelly. He will have issues with that, but we'll see. And this is good news because Eddie putting, getting this IBF in position where they're gonna have to fight Boots. You know what I'm saying? It's no reason why you would get in business with this fight because it's not a big fight, commercially, right? But you need to go ahead and get these guys under the fold so you won't have no issues making the Boots fight. Because every time it's come to make a Boots fight, man, this dude turned it down. He turned it down. This one said, "I ain't even, you offer my uncle. You didn't even offer me." It's always some back and forth shit to come with Boots opponents. Let's get some clear cut shit. He's going after Virgil. They're going to the fight next week. Virgil win. That's the fight to make. Boxing fans will love it. After that, if he want to decide to stay at 54, then you'll have guys already tapped in and locked in with Matchroom where you can just fight and be easy fights to make. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up though. That's kind of good news. Um, yeah, I heard they agreed to a deal, but it's kind of up in the air when Tyrann don't have no deal. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's up in the air. Where the fight gonna go? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. I did hear that they agreed, verbally agreed, but whether the fight gonna happen, I don't know. Is Gomez with Matchroom? Nah, he's with Box Lab. Box Lab, but maybe Eddie do something with him. Maybe against one of the other guys. Like I don't know who has he got at 54. I don't know, but no, he's not with Matchroom. He's on the show because of Box Lab. Pretty boy Kelly gonna pick up those feet. Man, yeah, I think Josh Kelly got opportunity. He got opportunity, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, we have so this is another great one, another good news. And this right here go back to my man's point about Xander. If they saying this fight gonna happen, this is my man with Navarrete versus Sugar Nunez. IBF WO unification at 130. They talking about doing this fight in March the 7th on the zone. So March the 7th, that's a long ass time. Top Rank ain't gonna have a deal by then. So that's my uncertainty about, you know what I'm saying, about Top Rank. So I don't know about Xander. And this is a strong indicator. But this fight right here though, yeah, this the one. We need this. Now I was skeptical about this fight happening because I know the WO had ordered Charlie Suarez. But what happened is they worked out a step aside agreement for Suarez. He's supposed to be WO champion, but he's not a big name and whatever. So Top Rank, Navarrete's team, they're gonna pay Suarez a step aside package, and so they can work on this fight to get it made for March the 7th. So this gonna be fun. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go in Arizona. It's gonna be a classic Mexican battle. Um, yo, it's gonna be fun because Sugar Nunez is a bigger puncher and he's the boxer. Navarrete is awkward, throw punches from everywhere. You know, he been in the division for a long time. This is gonna be fun. So this is good news right here. And Matchroom is making this fight. It's gonna be on the zone. So that's good. Maybe MVP on Serrano's card. I was thinking that too. But if it's on her card, it's not gonna be a bias by rule, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I heard for him. I heard later. I heard like later in in January for Xander. I heard he wasn't gonna be on her card. I hope this is a good sign to come. Yeah, bro. Yeah, because unifications it signifies the best is fighting the best. That's what it signifies. It don't always be like that because some champions are weaker than others, but this is a good fight, and that division need that. So 130 is getting two big fights in the next 3 to 4 months. We got Fulton versus Oshaki Foster in December for the WBC. Then you got this unification, and that division is down. I mean, Lamont Roach Jr. is the WBA champion. He fighting at 140, 35 and at 140. So he effectively out the division. So this need a kickstart for sure. Tyrann has a deal. They wait for the first call. Let's get it. I'm ready. I'm ready to tap in. When they're ready to announce it, I'm ready to tap in. They got too many fighters not to have a deal. You know what I'm saying? Up and coming fighters too. Especially if Brian Norman and Mason win, shit, they good. Um, they share a former opponent, don't they? I gotta think. Is it what's his name? Miguel Mariaga? I don't know. Maybe they did fight. I know. I was ringside for Mariaga versus Sugar Nunez. His punches sound crazy in person. Oh yeah, Diaz. Yeah, okay, Diaz. I see you. I see you, bro. Diaz. Eddie is leaving Ray Ford out in the cold. Yeah, he don't know what to do with him. That's what happens. He kind of used him for the 5v5 because Ray Ford shouldn't have had another fight at 126 after he won the title. He should move straight to 30, but he was convinced by Eddie to stay down and go fight Nick Ball. In the fight, I thought he edged out too. So let me preface that. And then after that, he moved to 130. I thought he looked great his first two fights at 130. The Nova fight, he ain't getting no looks. Like they kind of, it's like okay, you do some real good shit, and they don't give you a lot of credit. But when you do some, so they like, oh, I don't know, Ray Ford got to have better performances, bro. Ain't nobody went crazy on Nova except your name is Robeisy Ramirez. He's a tough, strong veteran fighter. He know how to survive. You know what I'm saying? And he know how to handle himself in the fight. He's not gonna go in there and just run through Abraham Nova. Nobody really did that except for Robeisy, and that was on some weight drain shit. So yeah, I don't know if they got for him. I say he should do the IBF route with Zorbek, but is Ray Ford disciplined enough? Because he said he'd be walking around like 160. The IBF route will at least guarantee you. So if he go the IBF route, fight Zorbek, beat Zorbek. Zorbek is not no slouch either, but if he beat him, now he's in position to get to fight not only for one belt, two belts, because he'll be the mandatory for both. He might have to wait because I think the WBO might be next, but he'd be right in position. I don't know. Oh, we gotta remember he was supposed to fight. Yeah, Kakashi. Yep, for sure. And that, yep. And that was yep. You're right. You're right about that. Yep. That would have got him back. All right, so they was talking about this last night that they have a deal in place for Mario Barrios to fight Ryan Garcia, defend his WBC welterweight title, first quarter of 2026. This is a winnable fight for both guys. It's a couple of questions they got to ask. So this fight not officially done. They just talking and they got contracts out there, but they have to get the approval of the WBC. Last year, the WBC put a ban on Ryan Garcia because he was on some racist shit, and they said he's not gonna fight for none of their belts. So money talks, money talks. I don't need nobody saying how Ryan get an opportunity. He just coming off a loss. He fought for a world title in his last. Bro, we all know this is not no damn. It's not your shit is based your merit in boxing is based on how good your team is. That's just how it is. And his social media shit and being with Golden Boy is part of his team. Now, also the caveat to this would be a split pay per view, co pay per view with PBC and Golden Boy with the Zone. So Amazon and the Zone going to split the pay per view because Ryan Garcia he's locked in with the Zone. He can't find another network unless they work out a deal. Is that fight even big enough for that? I don't even know, but this is a fight both can win. I know we're not high on Barrios because he let old man Pacquiao do him like that. I thought Pacquiao won the fight, and Barrios showed no killer instinct. He should have took that old man out, but he didn't. So that opens the door for Ryan Garcia. So if Ryan Garcia is right, he can win this fight. But we don't know. Like, look, Ryan didn't look good his last fight against Rolly. He was hesitant. He was coming to the fight with an injury. He just had that surgically repaired. He had a wrist injury. But he didn't look the same. He didn't look. His body didn't look the same as he looked against Devin Haney. And what's the correlation? He tested positive. So don't write off Barrios. Don't write. He was snack too. They're not gonna get him no heat though. They ain't gonna get him no heat. Nope. They ain't gonna say shit about Barrios. It's double standards when it comes to snack. Yeah, we'll throw that out there. But just to get back for real though, Barrios can win this fight. He can win this fight. So it's not a foregone conclusion. Just because Barrios haven't been looking good, but he gonna beat Brian. Shit, this got Turkey written all over. You think so? I don't think this got nothing to do with Turkey. I don't think this had nothing to do with Turkey, to be honest. Right? I mean, I don't think so. I think this is a PBC and Golden Boy thing. Because you remember, Oscar De La Hoya said that him and Al is back in business a couple of months ago. He's still trying to correct Ryan's mistake. I don't know. I don't know. And maybe he got the money. Maybe can fight for the IBO. Yeah, I haven't heard nothing on Kakashi. I haven't heard nothing on him. He did say that. I haven't heard nothing on Kakashi, yo. But yeah, so we'll see. All right, here's some. The next one is like we gonna talk about some fight announcements coming, upcoming fight announcement. Rich. I don't know how to pronounce this lady's name. I'm sorry, but I know she was a good amateur, and I think she fought Carissa Shields in the amateurs. But she's gonna face Lonnie Daniels for the IBF, and they're trying to throw in the vacant WBO title. So it's confusing because it's light heavyweight. So some some sanction bodies call light heavyweight 175. Then the other ones call it 175 plus. Carissa has the plus titles. Lanny Daniels, even though she lost to Carissa, she kept her 175 IBF title. I hope I ain't confused y'all, but it is what it is. So they are big on this German fighter, and they went to the WO convention and they requested to add the WO vacant title on the line to unify with the IBF champion Lonnie Daniels. Let's see. This fight will be on the Zone December the 6th. So I'm interested because I'm interested in this. Because this right here tells me if this German fighter is nice, and I've seen her fight her amateur, she's pretty solid. If she like do something crazy, or let's say Lane Daniels win, but the girl can fight, will y'all guys give credit? Like we have to do this though because I see a lot. Of, this is so when I do this, it exposes the real hate behind the shit. Because I know a lot of people they don't fuck with Carissa, right? But they so what they get at her. They can't really say nothing about her boxing. They just say, "Oh, she ain't fought nobody." But this right here, it can build up and say, okay, they do got some good fighters up there. It's just not 10, 15. But there's not a lot of divisions that have 10 or 15 fighters, women's boxing. Go look at the rankings. They might have 10 people in those rankings, but it ain't 10 people that you think gonna go crazy at the top. So it is what it is. So that's December the 6th. I gotta throw that out there. I don't care. Let's get it. Uh, PBC finally announced this pay per view card. We all knew what it was, what was going to happen, but to see this poster and to know that this pay per view was coming up and this fight card is coming up is dope. So we know Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach is going to fight. We knew Laura and Janabek was signed, and was done too. It just hadn't been officially announced. That's the three belt unification at middleweight. That's a good fight right there. That's a fight middleweight division needs. And it looked like shit, the winner could be in position to fight Terrence Crawford. Shit, that's what's up. And then Fulton and Foster. That's fight been done forever. And those guys been promoting it. And they said Fulton made some concessions to make this fight. I don't know exactly what that means. Sound like some money they had to give up because like I know Foster and Top Rank had an option to pull out because it took so long for this fight to happen, the postponement. So they had an option. I think it's supposed to happen. Uh, it had to happen this year. You know what I'm saying? Fulton could have walked, not Fulton, but Foster could have walked. But the thing is, Top Rank don't got shit for Shockey Foster. They ain't giving him a unification against Navarrete. You know what I'm saying? So I think he probably have no choice but to stay here or just be inactive for over a year, and that's never good for a champion or any fighter really. So that's on this card. That's dope. Jesus Ramos versus Shane Mosley Jr. For the WBC interim title is on this card too. So this is a good pay per view lineup. You know what I'm saying? Good fights. Um, I think it's gonna be a great night of boxing. So they basically just shifted the October 25th card to December the 6th because we lost Fundora. So they just shifted everybody, which made sense. And it made the pay per view, or it made it kind of worthy now we gotta see what that price looking like. If it's $80, I don't know. But if it's like 50, 49.99, yo, yeah, I think fans would be more, attracted to it. He claimed they offered him the Keyshawn fight. I'm trying to see his timeline on that because did they offer him the fight instead of De Los Santos, or did they offer him? Because it can't be after. It can't be after Keyshawn destroyed his city. It had to be that fight. So maybe because I know it was some speculations about that. About not about. I didn't hear about Shockey Foster, but it was it was speculation about it was multiple guys offered that fight for Keyshawn. Like I know Pitbull was one of them. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I could see that because they didn't have nothing for. That's a consolation for top rank for Shockey Foster because he won't go get the Navarrete fight. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, they didn't want to make that fight. So what's the consolation? He been tight at 130 for a long time. Why not go to 35 and fight? That would be a credible fight name value for Keyshawn, who people are saying won't fight nobody and this and that and third, but that would have been a credible name, you know. So yeah, that's interesting. How long can Roach hold that belt at 130? Maybe Ford can fight Kakashi for the vacant WBA. Nah, that WBA, what's gonna happen? Uh, so the result of this fight, whatever happens with that fight with Roach and Pitbull, the WBA is going to elevate Jazza Dickens. He's going to fight that Tsunami Kid December 27th. So Jazza Dickens is going to be the new WBA champion. Unless for the Kakashi fight for a vacant, I don't know, interim title. So that's what it is. Jazza Dickens is going to get elevated. He's the interim champion now. And they made that fight with the Japanese fighter to push his career. So that's what's going to end up happening, bro. Did you see Breadman say he's not training Plant? Oh yeah, I saw that. YSM. Salute to YSM. He dropped that. Yeah, I saw it. Who I see training? I ain't gonna lie. The first thought came to my mind because I see. Look, this is how my shit was working. I just seen Michaela Mayer fight, right? And she trains in Vegas at the same gym that Caleb Plant be training at. So I was like, shit, he can train with Coffee Gen Tour. That was my first thought, but I don't know, man. Maybe his dad take over the reins because I guess that was a conflict with his dad, you know. Because I don't see Caleb Plant leaving Vegas, so maybe I don't know. Bob Santos, I don't know. I don't know. Guess I forgot about him. Yeah, so yeah, it is. All right, we keep it moving. So Stephen Butler, this is November the 13th, but Stephen Butler got a new opponent. He's supposed to face Eric Bayanza. He's gonna face Bandejo. So that's coming up November 13th. This is Stephen Butler's debut at 168. You know, he up and down. He's either gonna win by knockout or he gonna lose by knockout. Zor Adalev, he got a fight coming up. He's fighting for the WBA gold title. I think it's at 140. Yeah, 140. He's facing Rodon. It's a pretty good fight. So we know Zor Adalev was supposed to fight Adam Azim. They said they had a fight signed, but I guess they did because Adalev is doing something. He's doing something else. He's gonna fight in Russia November 22nd. Adam Azim. The two names I heard for him was Scobie. Kurt Scobie accepted the fight. And then, but Adam Azim was trying to fight Richard Coleman, but he was having an issue with his medicals. So they should be announcing that pretty soon. We like 2 weeks away, right? For Adam Azim. But here's fight news for Adalev, who's coming off a loss to Raymond Atala in the IBF interim fight. Igor Kavalauskas, he has a fight coming up November 28th. He's fighting in Spain against Sam Molina. This is a European title. Kavalauskas, like I say about the welterweight division now, it's kind of wide open. Even though we got a good fight coming up with Norman and Haney, the 22nd, the guys underneath like Kavalauskas, Karen, Alexis Rocha, these guys, that type of level can get in position for world titles, and Kavaliauskas definitely, you know, can get in position. I have to go back to something just crossed my mind. I gotta go back. So Suleiman Sissoko is the WBC mandatory, and he been skipped over twice for his position because he stepped aside for Pacquiao, and now they making this fight. I don't know what happened, so we're gonna find out with the WBC. I thought about that because Suleiman Sissoko just beat Mean Machine, and that kind of brought me to that. So I had to go back real quick. So we'll see what they're gonna do with that. But Kavaliauskas with a win, he can be back in position. Maybe a big fight. Maybe Kavaliauskas versus Karen is a good ass fight. Yeah, that's a good fight. I don't know if they got anything politically tied with their countries. I don't know. But if not, let's get it. I like that fight. Matchroom announced another prospect show coming up December 17th. So Giorgio Vizioli is going to headline the show. He's going to face Harpworth. They're going to fight for the English lightweight title. It was an eliminator. But obviously they high on Vizioli. He just fought October the 11th. Then he's coming right back December 17th. So Eddie fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? And he can fight too. And you got John Hedges versus Zorro. You got the Mitchell kid making his pro debut. You got Tia Mate. Tia Ma Ayton is on the card. She's nice. Like she's one of the best women's prospects right now. She like that. She gonna be a star. So yeah, another prospect show. Next gen. I think it's on a Wednesday. So yeah, that's what's up. So this card right here, they just announced. This is dope. This gonna be in Japan, December 17th. So at the top, you got Saye Tsunami. He's gonna fight Nonito Donaire. We know him. So this is a WBA title fight, but it's kind of weird because Nonito is a WBA interim champion. The WBA full champion is Antonio Vargas, but he got a situation. He's not available to fight. Tsunami is champion in recess. So it's weird. I don't know, but they're gonna fight December the 17th. That's actually a fun fight for Nonito, and it's a fight he can win too. So we'll see. We just literally had the same thought. Oh, you talking about Kofi Jantua? Yeah, bro. That's what I thought because I'm trying to think about competing. I'm like, hold on. He live in Vegas. He trained at that gym. I mean, Kofi is he? Shoot, look what he did to he helped out Michaela's career. That's what you talk about. I'm like, shit, might as well. I don't know. Also on that card, we have a unification. We got Takami. He's at the top. He's the WBA champion. He's going to face Rene Santiago, the WBO champion, at 108 pounds. Now, this is an interesting fight. This Takami kid is nice. I like him. He's fun, action packed. Santiago can take the air off the ball. What I mean by that, he can box. He can slow down the pace. So it's interesting. So this is on the card as well. And also, Anthony Ascawaga is going to defend his title. He's coming off a great performance during the fight week of Canelo and Crawford. Um, I like him too, and I like that he bounced back because he took the Kenshiro fight on short notice. He got stopped in that fight, moved up to 112 pounds, and he became world champion. He's he's a stablemate of Juntu. So he's been getting some good work, and he's been showing. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like stories like that where they fall, then they bounce back, and they become better. So that's dope. And then my last one, they announced Nikita Zoo versus Michael Zarafa. This is interesting to me because I think it's gonna be a wild shootout. Because if you seen the Kid Zoo fight, this dude he don't care, bro. Like I gotta say he wild, but he getting busy. Like he kind of throw cautious to the wind. Like his brother Tim is more tactical, He tactical. He want to be aggressive. He got pull counters. He's more, efficient, whatever. Nikita though, he throw all that shit out the window. He trying to get busy. And so Rafa is a big puncher for his level. The level that he's at, he's a big puncher. This fight is at 157 because Nikita is a 54 pounder and Zarafa fights at 160. So they meet in the middle. This is January the 16th, bro. I just see a shootout because Nikita Zoo, he 11-0 with what I forgot 7 knockouts. But Nikita Zoo he fought 7 undefeated fighters at that time. So you know what I'm saying? They like to talk about that with Fulton. Fulton fought 10 undefeated, 11 undefeated fighters in 24 fights. Look at Tim Zoo. I mean, look at Nikita Zoo. You know what I'm saying? Is it this fucking round? But this gonna be fun. This is a test for him because Rafa been around for a long time. And like I say, he can punch. And if you watch Nikita Zoo's fights, he's very vulnerable. He get dropped, hurt, clipped, all types of shit. But he always get back up and win by knockout. That's the fun thing about him. So yeah, I expect a wild shootout. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a Susumi, my bus. Susumi. Hey, my bus. You know what I'm saying? Susumi. Got you. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? The English lesson. I'm probably gonna mess it up tomorrow. Susumi. Let's get it. Susumi versus Nonito Donier, right? They say it's all different. I know I heard Donier's name announced differently in the Philippines. They announce it differently. That's all good, yo. Don't charge it to the game. Charge it to the knowledge because at least I'm talking about them. You know what I'm saying? Any other channel you go to, Poe Pounder, they not even gonna mention that fight. They're not even gonna say nothing about it. They ain't gonna give you no details about Susumi. They're not gonna break it down for you like that. So you know what I'm saying? I take that little setback to come back with the knowledge that I know that he's gonna fight and the situation behind his division. So we good. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find somebody that break it down like me so I can stay tapped in. I go to channels, yo. I think I word out my welcome because my knowledge I be kicking that knowledge and I don't know if they be liking that shit. And then truth of thoughts be kicking in. Yes, sir. It's all good though because we nice. We always gonna be nice with this boxing shit, and we're gonna bring it. We're gonna make sure everybody is informed for sure. And the door is always open for conversation when it comes to news because I don't mind dropping no news or no information that I know. It's so much going around. It's probably some shit that I know about now that I can't remember. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody mentioning or something, because there's a lot of shit going around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he can fight though. Salute to him. I know he was coming off an injury or something. He looked like he was disappointed in that fight with Vargas when Vargas beat Diego Higa. He looked like he was disappointed, but let's see. So yeah, bro, it's good stuff, man. We're gonna continue to bring this knowledge and make sure everybody's good. We're gonna drop links to fights. So once we figure out we got fight links and stuff like that, we're gonna drop them because it'd be a lot of fights like on YouTube that we don't be knowing about. You know what I'm saying? Facebook, I've been watching hella fights on Facebook. We probably have some next week as well. So I'm just like the information hub for boxing. And we're gonna make sure everybody's straight. And also we're gonna make sure I used to do this because I don't be trying to fuck with nobody's show. But if you're wrong, we gotta make sure you straight because everybody gotta be on a good accord with this boxing knowledge because we get so much misinformation. We get people spinning one narrative and we think that's real. We think that's the real shit. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's based on what they want to push. I bring a certain shit to the table, integrity to the table where I'm like, yo, hold on, bro. No, that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't know, but it's not to diminish you. It's just like, no, bro, because I'm the type of dude. If you locked in with me and I'm fucked up, bro, I expect you to check me, bro. Like that's me. I lost friendships over people that don't check me. Like, bro, okay, then you tell me hindsight 2020. Yeah, bro, you was tripping, but I didn't want to say nothing. I'm like, why you didn't say shit, bro? I didn't even know she was on that type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you let me step into the hole and you knew the whole time. I don't like that. So that's why, like, I'll try to bring that too when I'm in people's chats or I'm behind the scenes. But I find out a lot of these guys don't like that because it's like undermining them. Because when you on this space, in your platform, you are all knowing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes to be told or feel like they don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's not my intent. My intent is like, nah, bro, this gonna happen because it's just how I am. That's because I'm listening, I'm supporting. That's part of me supporting the channel. Like, bro, nah, yo, I think you off on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an insider. I'm like, for me, I'm an insider because I just got the credibility as that. But the other insiders that you follow or the writers or whatever, they're not going. You're not going. You can't reach out to them and say, "Hey, bro, what's going to really happen? Or what you hearing?" I'm like, if you hit me up, I'm like, if I don't know, hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna go figure this shit out, and I'm gonna make sure you know first. A lot of people be getting information first, and they be waiting on it. I don't know why they wait. I think I'm solidified, but it's all good though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody deal with shit differently, but I come in peace and I come with knowledge. There you go. We're gonna make sure people straight because this boxing shit, a lot, like I said, a lot of misinformation, a lot of narratives get pushed because the platform is big enough to push them, and they don't always be right. You know what I'm saying? And to make sure everybody's on one accord, we got to make sure we get there. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Higa. Let's get it. Is he retired? Is he gonna stay retired or he talking about a comeback? Speak to me on that. I seen something where he talking about he's going to stay. He's still in the rankings, so maybe he's gonna stay. He's gonna stay in the game. Let me know before I close it out. Salute to everybody coming through the building. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the pronunciation shit, bro. Salute to you. Yo, I'm the channel where you can come to me and you can correct me. You can change the subject. I see it's guys out here where they gotta stay on topic. You can't ask them no questions, man. Fuck all that. If I'm talking about women's boxing and you want to talk about whatever, Devin Haney and Norman, shit, whatever's on your mind, because boxing and the boxing talk, we get our ideas from everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if somebody's saying something in the chat, or if I see something, it may kick a reminder about something else. So I never want to deter anybody for coming here and speaking their piece. You want to speak your piece, speak it. I don't care, and I don't take no offense by it. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Paul Pounder, he helped me with the pronunciation. I need him to keep helping me. So I need to know if dude is retired or not. He said he's Japanese, grew up Hawaii. That's what's up, bro. Salute. Yo, I need help. You know what I'm saying? I need help. People think I'm all knowing. I feel like I do know a lot, but I be needing help, bro. To be honest, I don't turn down no help, and I don't turn down anybody's if anybody got knowledge, I never like diminish that. I think I get a bad rap because I come off kind of strong with my shit, but I don't care about that part. I still, if I'm here talking or whatever, then I'm supporting. I like listening to everybody and shit. That point of view, I think it's funny. I get over a lot of people because it's not that I'm a fanboy for a certain fighter or I'm caping for anybody. It's just I find that the discrepancies in your shit because you go over and above the Call of Duty for your research to diminish a certain fighter, but you don't do that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't keep that same energy. And I'm like, that's nasty work when you do that. Like Layla and Carissa, they both doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? They say one is clout chasing, the other is not. And I'm like, hold on, look at this. Oh, Carissa don't get nobody no support, or if she do, it's fake, or she picking. Bro, they all do the same shit, bro. It's just little catty shit. The thing is, are they gonna fight? Because we here for boxing. We ain't here for no damn love and hip hop shit. If that's the case, then we should go live and talk about Scrappy and shit. I don't know. So that's what it is. I'm gonna be like that. So shit, we gonna hold motherfuckers accountable when they diminishing fighters, and I feel like that right there loses integrity when you diminish fighters on everything. Like that's crazy. Like you ain't never seen me diminish no fighter on here. If I do, I'm talking about their fighting, like what they do in the fight, like how they carry themselves, and whatever. So I appreciate everything you do. The best in the game. I appreciate you, bro, coming through the building. Salute to you. But yeah, that's all though. We good though. So this week, what we got coming up? We got Virgil Ortiz and Lubin coming up. We have a Pro Box card coming up. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna do a pregame show on that. We should have the release of the WBO rankings. They didn't come out at the end of the month last month because they was doing their convention. And at the convention, uh, fighters, managers, promoters, they're trying to put their fighter in a position to get ranked. So they haven't updated the WBO rankings yet, but it should be updated pretty soon. So that should come out this week. And yeah, we're gonna cover that. We're gonna make sure everything's straight. Maybe the IBF may come out at the end of the week. So we'll see. And we just throughout the week we're just gonna keep tabs on what's going on in boxing, the fight week and shit like that. Like I ain't talking about Mayweather and Pacquiao and shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind the fight because the reason why I don't mind Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, the rematch, is because they two old heads fighting. You know what I'm saying? They're not jumping in front of a younger fighter, or they're not fighting for a world title. It's just two old heads fighting. And they gonna fight. I think that's better than them trying to come back and fight younger guys, because they fight people they're contemporary. And will I support it? I don't know. Will I be interested to watch it? I probably won't. It depends how I feel. But we have that choice. You know what I'm saying? I think what blurred the line was Manny Pacquiao had fought in 4 years, and then he jumped the line and get a title shot. Now him just fighting Barrios, a 12-round fight with no title, fans probably wouldn't have tripped off that. He just fighting to get bread. So I don't never trip about guys fighting to get bread. So it is what it is. So yeah, we should be good. Salute to everybody coming through the building. I appreciate it. Yo, this is like therapy for me. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta get it out sometimes. That's why I do like I don't never really have a set time to come on. I just be like, I'm coming on at 5:30, bro. I don't care. Or I just randomly pop up because sometimes I just want to get it out. So excuse me for that. I know I gotta be better with like the timing and the when I drop the schedule of my shows, because I just be going with the flow. So yes, sir. I'm gonna stop rambling. Salute to everybody coming through the building. I appreciate you guys' time, and I'm out.